Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson, that's Nathan Fox. We're the founders of lsatdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. This email from Jonathan has the subject, Law as a Career Pivot.
Hi, Nathan and Ben. Love the podcast. I started studying for the LSAT 2 weeks ago and came across the LSAT Demon about a week later, subscribed to the free account, and then upgraded to a live account about 3 days later. I had a question based on something you said in the 11 LSAT Myths episode from about 9 months ago. In the section on whether law is a lucrative career, you talked about people leaving already high-paying careers to go to law school, and you suggested that for many of them, it doesn't make sense because they've, quote, already won. I'm paraphrasing, but that was the gist. Here's my situation. I sell IUL life insurance as an employee. IUL? The U, it might be universal life. I don't know what the I would be, though.
Individual?
IUL. Oh, individual universal life? As an employee.
Okay.
I earn roughly $12,000 to $16,000 per month. Hearing that discussion honestly stopped me in my tracks. It made me question whether pursuing a JD would be irrational, especially given the risk of earning less if big law doesn't happen.
Yep, that's a very likely outcome if big law doesn't happen.
Oh yeah, just stopping there, there's not very many new lawyers who make, on the low side, you're making $144,000 a year.
Yep.
Vast majority of lawyers make less than $144,000 a year when they start. What do you think it is, Ben? What percentage of lawyers make more than $144,000 a year to start?
This is a total rough estimate, but 20%?
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's 20%.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Now, it could be higher or lower than that, but that's roughly what it is. You know, there's this 1 out of 5 lawyers who really win. Win. They win.
They get above
in a
that,
way,
yeah.
which is they get into the very lucrative jobs. But you know, when firms pay you $250,000 a year, they own your ass, and they're going to let you know it too. And so, like, sure, there is this sliver of lawyers that make more money than that. But one, boy, you really got to buckle up and get ready for a life of work. And 2, 4 out of 5 people who go to law school aren't going to do that. More or less at different schools, right? When you go to Harvard, it's like, okay, well, 100% of the class, if they wanted to, could go work in big law.
Yeah.
If you go to Chapman or I don't know, any other regional school, it's probably going to be more like 1 in 10, 1 in 5, or 1 in 20 that end up working in big law. Anyway, Jonathan continues, I've put a lot of pressure on myself with the notion that it's big law or bust. If I go to law school, the goal is big law, partnership, and a long-term career. No interest in small law, starting my own practice, or figure it out later outcomes. So my question is this. Am I being naive about that goal? Is it foolish to walk away from a financially successful career in inside sales to pursue law? Here's the complication. I hate sales. I really do. I'm increasingly viewing law as an exit from selling while still aiming for a career that's intellectually engaging, financially strong, and socially respected. Are my priorities out of order here? Best, Jonathan.
Okay, I have several reactions.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so maybe just stepping back and tackling them in order. You said you have no interest in small law, starting my own practice, or figure it out later outcomes. I agree with the figure it out later outcomes. That can be a disaster. But although at the same time, people do figure it out later. When you say you don't have interest in starting your own practice, I think you're thinking, oh, that's going to be small time. That is often a path to much bigger profits for you individually than necessarily pursuing big law. So
Totally.
just raising that point, it doesn't have to be big law or bust. It can be you start in big law, or you even start in a mid-tier firm, get experience, and then go start your own practice and make more than everyone who was at the
No.
firm you left. So
Yeah, let's be honest. If you're going to be a partner in a big law firm, that's because you can make it rain.
that's selling. Yeah.
Yeah, you're if you're not a rainmaker, you're not a partner. I mean, I suppose there's exceptions to every rule, but why would the partners bring on somebody for an ownership stake in the firm?
Who's just gonna sit there and write?
Right. They're not paying you to be a professor. They're paying you to bring business to the firm and make money for the firm, to make money for them. They got vacation houses that need to be paid for. And they're not just like inviting people in to be partners in the firm just out of the goodness of their hearts. They're doing that because they think you can grow the firm. So why would you, if you're going to have to do that anyway, why wouldn't you just own 100% of it? And, but Jonathan thinks he doesn't want to do sales anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are attorneys, right, who they just put their head down and they work, but they don't make as much as the others.
No. And what do they call that? They call it they'll give you like an of counsel.
Yes, there is that title, and you get paid. You can get paid a good amount. I have a friend of mine who's of counsel, making I think 500, 600.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I think that there are like you got to be a kick-ass attorney.
Yeah, they don't want to lose your skills, but you're saying, look, I don't want to invest my whole life into this firm, and I just want to go to work, do really well at legal shit, and then go home.
Man.
But that's rare. It's called up and out for a reason. People go up the hierarchy at the big law, and they either keep going up or they go out.
Mostly, yeah. Or there's these very rare situations, right, where they carve out this. Oh, really? That's all you want to do is be a you want to work 40 hours a week,
legal work. Yeah,
you want to do legal work for 40 hours a week, and you're good enough, like you never lose. You're totally reliable. Okay, we can make you of counsel, and then you're going to like probably cap out at $400,000 or $500,000, which I don't think that's what Jonathan wants. If Jonathan's talking about being a big law partner, Jonathan's got like dollar signs in his eyes, thinking like, okay, I'm giving up an already reasonably lucrative career. The reason why I'm doing that is because I know that there's like this pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
And it doesn't require sales. I can just put my head down and do the thing I like to do.
I just think that's a fantasy. Yeah. I don't think that's a real thing. And I mean, hey, Jonathan, you're asking a couple of entrepreneurs for their advice. So, what we would always say is it's better to create a product that people want to buy and then just make that product as good as you can make it and just own it for yourself. Which that has been suggested. There is a path where you go to work for a firm, learn as much as you can, but then instead of going down the big law path, you just go start your own, like figure out how to do it 10% better for 10% cheaper. And that's all you need to do.
Okay. Second thought or third thought or fourth thought. I'm not sure which one it is, but you have this, you see law as an exit. I don't know where you said that, but you see it as an exit into from selling, and then while still aiming for a career that's intellectually challenging, financially strong. That's a tough phrase. And socially respected. That's also tough. I don't know.
No, lawyer jokes exist for a reason.
Yeah. I mean, there certainly is. There is an element of that, right? People look up to that profession for some reason.
Of course they do. And for good reason. I'm not actually shitting on all lawyers, but boy,
it's a mix.
Well, is it going to be that intellectually engaging to be doing slave labor in the big law firms?
It so depends on what you end up doing, right?
Depends on what partner you get, depends
Mhm.
on how much they like you, depends on how much you actually end up liking the work, because you don't even have any idea what the work is until you get there.
I do wonder if that's a more likely outcome for those who make it, given the rise of AI, right? AI's got to be cutting out,
A lot of the worst jobs.
yeah, the
There's going to
worst,
be
the
far,
least. Hmm.
yeah, instead of 15 people sitting in a conference room at 2 a.m. reviewing boxes and
Going,
boxes of documents,
oh, I
right?
found something. Yeah.
Instead of that, it's now one person running the AI to do that same kind of doc review.
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, the documents still have to be reviewed,
Got
but
to
it's
be
going to be like
scanned. Yeah.
one person running their AI versus the other person running their AI, shooting millions of documents back and forth to each other.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. It's still pretty like brutal. A lot of it is still pretty brutal work.
Hmm.
It's not like lofty, what people think it is.
Oh, yeah. Well, law school itself, right, sells the loftiness because it's all
Yeah.
about appellate law and what the law should
Justice,
be and
con
how is it
law,
changed.
totally.
Yeah. That's not what you do in real practice. Um, okay. So
Let's
anyways,
talk about the financially respected.
or the financially strong. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
Sorry, financially strong. Let's talk about that.
I mean, no, we kind of did, right, with the 20%, but there's a bimodal distribution for starting salaries, and a lot of the
Yeah.
first hill, or what do you even call that? The first
Peak.
peak. Yeah, the first peak. It's kind of a hill, but the first this first flat peak in first year salaries for law graduates is around what, 60,000?
It's
Yeah.
more of a plateau. It's a mesa.
Yeah. There's a lot of
It's a
people and there's a big
large
range. Yeah.
mesa.
Yeah.
Now, what besides that? I mean, I think
Mhm.
Jonathan already knows that. Jonathan's like,
Mhm.
yeah, but I'm not going to be one of those lawyers. I'm not going
Mhm.
to be one of those government lawyers who has like a stable, solid $80,000 a year job. That's not what I
Mhm.
want. I don't want to
Mhm.
take that big of a pay cut from my current job. I want to go into big law to
Mhm.
climb the peak, the big peak, the spire
The
of big
spike. It
law,
is a
the
spike. Yeah.
spike, yeah,
Mhm.
of where I make two and a quarter, right away.
Mhm.
And the problem with that is that it is up or out, and they can lay you off at any time.
Mm.
People think it's like safe, but where were they in 2010?
Mhm.
2008 we had financial crisis. Global financial markets are crashing, real estate's crashing, tons
Mhm.
of bankruptcies. 2010, 2011, all the deals have dried up. There's
Mhm.
no legal work anymore. And
Yeah.
every law firm is laying off their entire class of first and second year new associates because, they're just carrying you at that point. They're paying
Yeah.
you tons of money. And if there aren't deals, you're not a rainmaker. There's no
Mhm.
rain to even be made. Now you're just laid off.
You're just an expense. Yeah.
Where I feel like selling life insurance is a lot more stable than something like that, where the firm can just, oh, sorry, we just don't have the deal. Sorry, see ya.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. I what final thoughts for Jonathan?
Well, it feels very binary. Like either I got to stay in my sales position now or go to law school. I just feel like this is the perfect question to pose to AI and just say, hey, these are the things I'm interested in. Give me 30 ideas about what I could do next, and it will deliver. And look, 25 of those will be stupid, but 5 of them might be interesting and worth pursuing.
I would say if you're going to keep going down this road, Jonathan, make sure that you're not taking on life-changing debt to pursue it. I mean,
Mm,
imagine leaving a job where you already make 144 to $200,000 a year
mm-hmm.
and then going $250,000 in debt
Ugh.
so that you can chase the big law money. I don't know if you've got a family, Jonathan, but that just sounds like a super risky proposition. So I would get, the best LSAT you can get so that you can pay the least law school tuition possible, because it is optional. And then consider, if you can, going part-time or part-time remote so that you can keep your job, so that you're not like taking 3 big steps backward
Yeah.
before you do this like leap.
Yeah.
Thank you for writing in, Jonathan. Email daily@lsatdemon.com if you would like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.